Okay, so, Wheelgator next?
He's my usual. Hmm?
Please tell me you get the.
Well,
Please tell me you get the arm cannon here, the first pass through.
Unless you know a way of doing it without the legs.
Just dash jump off the wall. You can grab the little ledge on the side. It's
yeah,
hard,
I
but you can
never,
do it without
I
the
always
leg
get
part.
the leg part before trying to attempt to get that.
Well, it's not strictly mandatory, but it does make things a lot easier to have it right from the get-go. Because that way you can just stop charging your gun and let your stored shot be in your pocket when you need it.
I used to.
That's kind of why I like the X4 one the most, because you can store 4 of them.
I used to wait until I had Sponge's weapon to get it, but it's easier with the legs.
Well, the boss here is also easier with Sponge's weapon.
This is... really?
Yeah.
Well, if you know the secret, you can kill him really, really fast. But other than that,
I've seen...
if you don't know the secret, then
I've seen it on
could be a bit long and tedious.
On a speedrun.
Okay.
What are you doing?
Dunno. Trying to fill up sub-tanks? I don't know.
I really don't like the way sub-tanks work in the X series. They nailed it down in the Z series by far. Because like in the Zero series, like you didn't have to use up the entire sub-tank when you used it, and it would always stop when you no longer needed it. I mean, sure, you needed to have full health. That's sort of a given.
Is pretty easy if you have all the sub-tanks. Anyway.
So there's a...
It is.
No.
Do you cheat to get that, or no?
I want to try... I don't think you can without...
Yes.
All you have to do is just have him... just use the invisibility frames from that and climb up. That's how I usually would do it. If you're fast, you'll be able to pull it off. I like how those things' shields don't really protect them, yet they somehow get it back.
I think Omega's just trying to brag to us that he's much better than us.
Hey, are those all right armors in the back? I was like, why can't you just hijack one of those? That'd be useful.
Oh, well, actually, never mind. I'll find out.
What's up?
I was just going to ask if you're gonna kill Bit and Bite, or not Bit and Bite. That's X3. The X Hunters.
You're skipping a game there, Fire.
Yes, this machine developed in this year. You totally fight it in the one of last year.
We won't go into detail about that just yet. How time travel works.
If you want to know how time travel works, go look at our Sonic 06 playthrough. Oh, wait.
Jesus.
What kind of airship is this? If they have, like, this... Wait. Why are we fighting in an oil tank when our attacks are hot and most likely...
Really? I thought
I'm going to set oil on fire.
Red.
That, or they just murdered a lot of humans. In which case, that'd be kind of morbid, because like, they're just... Okay, this ship runs on human fuel. Put them in the brig, and just put them in the grinder. Because where else could it be coming from?
I don't see how
it's oil,
this would be easier without his weakness. Because he's doing more like.
You'll see why I think it's easier in the rematches.
Well, I think I already got the picture. Whenever you hit him with his weakness, he always goes down.
Yeah.
But because you're not hitting with it, he's staying up,
Exactly.
allowing you to hit him more.
I guess it's faster, yeah.
Yeah, it's certainly faster, but I recommend the chain if you're having a difficult time avoiding the wheels.
Alright, I must have done that off screen.
Good job.
Well, I kind of figured they were full because I wasn't hearing any noise.
I wasn't even where you had to sub things.
He picked one up in water sponge, then he picked it up in flame stack.
You weren't paying attention in the first video?
Well, I missed the flame stack. I missed the one you got in flame stacks level.
It was the first thing he did when
I had to catch up.
Yeah, he had to stand on the beetle and then let it carry him upwards, and then he just jumps to the left and picks it up. Yeah, conveniently at that one time, somehow for 10 seconds.
No, what was I thought we were at the end of the video and I thought it went to the next video, so I paused it because it's like.
Well, I did mention we had 3 minutes.
Don't worry about it. The important thing.
But yeah, that's part of why I said Digi was smart. He went ahead, instead of going after a boss he was having trouble with, he would go pick up more stuff. I kind of wonder how much stuff you can pick up without killing any bosses. You can get a fair number of heart pieces and sub-tanks doing just that.
Heart pieces? I'm sorry, but
though you probably wouldn't get very far.
I didn't know we were playing Zelda.
Well, they are pieces of heart. I just realized something. Mega Man has 9 hearts by the end of the playthrough, usually. Where does he store them all? Because each one's about as big as his torso.
I don't know.
The same place that Link stores his.
And how can that...
By having multiple heart attacks.
I don't know how these robots, after you destroy their bodies, are still able to attack you with just a head. I mean, if all their energy, core, and memory is in their head only, then how do they have a movable body part? Oh, this is how you manage to get the arm thing, or the body part first. You know, in today's standards, that would be visual cutoff.
Yeah, I missed that the last time I played this.
Hi, Dr. Light.
Okay, how do these capsules work anyways? I mean, there's a bottom part and then there's a top part that just floats above it. It makes sense when you see that glowing metal piece there, but when it goes away, there's nothing holding it up. And shouldn't body armor, reduce the damage you take?
I forgot what this one do again. Oh yeah, it did that.
Spirit bomb.
It's more like Vegeta's final explosion. Oh, you jump cut? You know, that's one of the few times I don't like when they demonstrate something. Because right when it would have been useful here, you can't use it. I have a couple questions I'd like to ask that would probably be better in a later part, but I just have to know. If Dr. Light is capable of making X immune to spikes, why didn't he?
That's a good question.
Yeah, just think on that for a second.
Because Dr. Wily kept preventing him from doing it? I don't know. Because you have to wonder if both of them survived for however long that they did.
Yeah.
I would say that Wily made it so that his robots are immune to spikes, but that wouldn't explain Burn Man from Mega Man and Base, and how Base dies instantly in them.
Or Zero, for that matter.
Yeah.
You gotta have some sort of
Having
challenge.
fun with this boss. You know, there's no harm in using your special weapon on this thing.
You can use it even if it's not full.
I said your special weapon. In this case, the Wheelgator's weapon. Because the thing is, it's not like you're saving it for the boss.
Oh,
so the boss
he's weak to the Wheelgator's weapon too? Or...
No, I said he's not. Since he's not weak to it, there's no harm in wasting it.
No, I mean to this boss, this mini boss.
I think this mini boss takes a fair amount of damage to it. After all, if you just stick it inside its chest, it'll just stay there and deal damage. It would make this a lot easier if you ask me.
I can't do this stage without whatever the fire one was. The fire weapon.
I don't blame you because Morphmoth is a huge pain
fighting
without
Morphmoth
his
without
weakness.
his weakness my first time and it just didn't work out.
I beat him without the legs or the flame.
Well, usually by the end of the game, I'm killing him with the Shoryuken, so it doesn't really mean much.
Oh, do you get the Shoryuken, Digi?
Nope. There's one specific heart piece that I can't get.
With how Digi plays, I don't really see how he could have gotten it.
Oh yeah.
Without trying.
I remember Ackerman said it took him like 30 minutes to. No, actually, I think it took him an hour to get that his first time to.
I'm just so used to a dash jump mechanics that
those are instant death. As he would.
You can't say that it's not unnerving to see you almost land on something pointy, because usually pointy means death.
I never got hit by those, so I wouldn't know.
Yeah.
Well,
some close calls though.
Huh.
You know, I don't really like the stage a whole lot.
That's why I'm trying to take care of it first.
Usually I would wait until I'm prepared to go into a stage I don't like. I mean, just, you know,
yeah,
because it makes sense, you'd be having a lot less trouble going through the stage. I'm getting Blaze Heat next flashbacks.
Oh. Why?
Fighting the same mid-boss over and over again.
This isn't nearly as bad as that.
Honestly, I prefer the other to this, because you can take care of the other one a lot quicker. You're barely attacking him, Digi. Are you doing this just to drive me nuts?
Hey, if Fox isn't gonna be here, I gotta entertain you guys somehow.
Yeah, I imagine there's plenty of ways to do it too. Hey,
who's gonna be the person to go with the bad puns since he's not here?
I think we could all use a reprieve from that, don't you think?
I didn't know Chugga was a stream writer. By the way, this hallway here, one of the best places to grab sub-tank energy before you get the arm upgrade.
I suppose. You know, these things have the biggest potential to be to destroy X, because they're uploading random commands to his body when they could instead maybe fill his memory tanks or inject him with a virus or whatever. But nope, instead they just sit there doing whatever. You might want to inch a little bit more to the edge so the wheel just falls onto the ground. That's a nice shot.
Kill him in one shot.
Wait. Are those things in front of every boss door?
I believe.
I've never really given it much thought. I was
this
like,
first part
that thing was their last time.
4 boss stores that have them.
Yeah, I don't think this first part is that bad.
I remember there's big one in next week.
The second half of the boss fight, just without his weakness.
Yeah,
Who's right at? Sorry.
Just like the first half of the fight.
You could just jump over him. From
I have to say, yeah. But whose idea was it to build a robot that was stuck in a cocoon the whole time and can't move on its own?
Until it took enough damage.
No, really. Like, just build him to be in this form the whole time. There's no reason for him to be... Ow. There's no reason for him to be in that little cocoon. Wait, what? Did you see how big he was? Why? He's never that big when I fight.
I don't know.
He had to have been like... Really? Magical friendship is painful to X.
You know, I kind of wonder, why do the bosses
I'm
take more
sure.
damage when they touch you than anything else? That really makes no sense.
I don't know.
That's how you're supposed to do it.
And clearly you died at some other point. Because you either jump cut or loaded the save state, which one I'm not sure.
I've rarely used save states.
Probably a jump cut.
There you go.
Morph Ma fuse rollout. Rollout missed. Like, seriously, I can get so many Pokemon references out of this. What move... Okay, here's a challenge. What move is it using now? Well, when it's swinging left and right.
String shot.
Now, this one?
My knowledge of Pokemon is pretty limited.
Same.
Well, I just know first gen, but even then I forgot some of the attacks.
Burmy digivolved into Morph Moth, which sort of looks like a
let's see.
desktop, or not
I'm trying to think of a moth Digimon. Hey, Digi, you know any moth Digimon?
Anyways. Signal beam.
Not off the top of my head. Unless there's one in something after season 3.
Hey, wait a minute. If he had those sub tanks, why did he die so many times against this thing?
Good question.
In fact, you have no excuse for dying against any of these bosses.
You probably forgot about them.
Silk Shot, completely useless against only useful against one of the bosses.
Do you fight any of the X Hunters?
Next part.
Oh my god, they got another GIF. What is with them and watching GIFs of Mega Man X?
I don't know.
Because you can't tell me that they're not watching him run a marathon to the right in his spare time.
Fascinates them.
Or maybe he's running on a treadmill. Who knows? You know, is the entire X series like not canon because of the Maverick Hunter X remake? Because in that remake, Kane gets caught.
That was going to be a series, but I guess they canceled it because it was first one didn't sell well enough.
I think the problem is they put it on the PSP. Like a 3DS would have been just fine.
3DS wasn't out back then, but perhaps the DS.
I'm talking about if they ever continued it. If they were to continue it, but on a system that more people had.
Doing that.
Yeah, there are rumors. Yeah, there are rumors.
Considering the lack of games,
are gonna make more Mega Man games soon.
Mega Man's practically dead to Capcom.
And my number 9 was supposed to save it, but
it's got a big following, so I really couldn't guess why.
Oh well.
Well, that's it for this part.